parents' room the other day. I wonder what it was.
Hey, everybody, welcome to the podcast. I'm Nick.
I'm Tyler.
I'm Joe!
I'm Shannon.
He's
Can you
really
calm down?
loud.
I'm Shannon.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna go grab glasses unless Shannon wants to use one of those. One of those is Joe's.
I'll use those.
One of them was Corey's. Do you want me to go upstairs and get you a glass, or do you want to reuse one of those glasses?
I
liked that
he just pointed at your face
I don't glasses
and was like, I'll take
Tell me what you want, man.
What you
I'll
really,
say
really
what I
want?
Yeah.
Big penis. Wait.
Me and Shannon have been doing that all night long.
What is? Why is this glass tilted?
It's just the way it's made.
It's a rocks glass,
Do you want something?
as opposed to a roll glass.
I'll take it.
So,
Do you want to?
guess what? Now that I've got you guys all
Just a
completely
little,
hooked on this, Suntory said the Japanese whiskey doesn't sell in the U.S. and is no longer going to be importing Toki,
Tell me when.
Hakashu,
That's
or
what I'm
Hibiki into the U.S.
So
Yay.
that's the last bottle?
It's not the last bottle, but
Last bottle you're getting.
Melon.
If you want some, you need to go out and buy it and hold on to it.
Can I tell you
Yes.
something funny?
What makes it Japanese?
Depends. Our funny or your
made in
funny?
Japan.
So take out the word funny and replace it
Oh,
with
If this were to be made in North America, it would actually follow all of the
Coincidental.
rules of bourbon. Or if it was made in the U.S., it would follow all the rules of bourbon. But because it's made in Japan, can't call it bourbon, so it's Japanese whiskey.
So we were talking about this last week on the podcast. Nick was explaining all of that and like telling us about it. We went and saw an anime the next day, Weathering with You. By the way, fucking fantastic.
Garbage.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm just kidding.
No.
It's really good. You liked your name, right?
Well,
It's
I mean,
from the creator of your name.
I was waiting for it. I knew he was gonna have it. I'm waiting for it.
No, I was gonna make a dumb joke. Okay.
You
said
it
about
was really
Shannon.
about your name.
Yeah.
Got it.
As soon as you said it, I was like, and
No, but in
Is
that
there?
movie, they're drinking Centauri. One of the guys is drinking a Centauri whiskey, which is it that same whiskey? Or is it just another brand? Or is it something?
Everything was
different?
just Suntory whiskey this, Suntory whiskey that. They never actually said like Toki or Hibiki
Gotcha.
or Hakashu. It just said Suntory
well, it's
whiskey.
one of the most
You-
common brands.
Yeah.
But we were just. Oh, is everyone drinking whiskey? God damn it! I guess give me a glass.
I was gonna say, I think that's your glass from last week.
No, I want to read these descriptions though, so I can get off these movies, and then I thank you. I have a thing to tell you about. That's good. I was gonna do a joke and just let you keep pouring, and then I was like, but then someone's gonna have to drink this.
Sounds right.
No.
I don't work tomorrow, so
So can I read this
Hey.
description?
don't forget to do the thing on the computer.
Oh, thank you. I need to get something off your computer. Do not let me forget. It's a Muse album.
Oh, yes. Okay.
He
I've been
told me
needing
at
to get
dinner
it for
and was like,
3
don't
weeks.
let me
and
forget.
I have I bought a flash drive that attaches to my keys just so I could do this.
That sounds pretty
Okay.
amusing.
But hold on.
Guys.
I will drink to that.
Cheers to that.
That
Here's
was
a drink
fantastic.
To you, me boys, and here's a drink to me.
Okay,
Drink to all the comrades in the company.
so I'm gonna start. Fuck. I'll start over. Okay.
See?
Calvin Barr, an old bitter recluse who was once a legendary assassin for the U.S. government, and whose task to kill Adolf Hitler almost changed the course of World War II, is asked to come back from retirement for one final top secret mission to track down and eliminate a Bigfoot that became infested with a deadly disease that could spread to others if the creature remains on the loose in the forest for too long. During the mission, Barr's World War II past is shown through flashbacks. It's called
Is it just-
The Man Who Killed Hitler and
And
Then
also-
Killed the Bigfoot.
And it's got an amazing fucking actor in it.
It does.
The-
But,
the-
Yeah. What's
The lead, it's
Sam Elliott.
Sam Elliott. Thank
oh,
you.
yeah.
I was like the guy that narrates Big Lebowski.
No, but this is the best one. This is the best.
This arguably, because it's not really the best at anything except for mindless schlock entertainment.
I saw it.
After losing his parents,
Yeah.
a priest travels to China,
Yeah.
where he inherits a mysterious ability
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah, I
that
saw
allows
that,
him to turn into a dinosaur.
Yep.
At
The
first
Velocipaster.
At first horrified by this new power, a hooker convinces him to use it to fight crime and ninjas.
The Velocipaster.
Look, here's the thing. I actually,
Look at the fucking picture.
I
I've seen-
literally,
I've seen it.
Have you?
I was
So
walking the
bad.
convention hall at Horror Hound,
A
and
man of the claw.
I was walking the convention hall, and I was like walking through, and I was just like looking, and it seemed like every single booth was like some form of like exploitative, like let's see how many big-breasted blonde bimbos we can get on the cover of these things. And so like it just got to the point where I finally was just like, I'm tired of seeing cleavage, which I don't think that's a statement I ever thought I would ever hear myself say.
Unless you
But
watch anime.
not even then. But no, like
Yeah, you do like fairy tale.
it was it was one of those where like
Oh, I love fairy tale. I've got
I
fairy
just-
tale too.
walking
that
through, and
shit
I'm just like walking through, and then I see a velociraptor with the little like neck priest thing, and I was just like,
The neck priest thing.
and I was just like, this is different. Hold on. And then I stopped.
One of these things is not like
And
the other.
Yes. and I picked up the DVD and I looked at the back, and the guy goes, "Dude, that's my new movie. It's so fucking good." I was like,
I don't believe you.
okay,
Sell me.
explain something to me.
Sell me.
And he's like, "Oh,
Sell me
let's have a
this pen."
conversation." Actually, hold on.
Oh, fuck.
Anyway, he was like,
Oh my god, I said 2 minutes, Nick. Tyler's gonna get mad.
No. I'm just saying. So we had a conversation, and we were
Stab
talking
it.
about stuff, and I was like, "Hey, cool, this is awesome. Wouldn't mind checking it out." Blah 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 blah. And now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know where the fuck I put it.
Your
Oh,
butt.
here it is.
So I just want to state that you walked away from the mic, so I guarantee you, if anyone's watching, no one fucking heard you.
So anyway, he was like, "Hey, like this is cool, blah 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 blah. This is our new movie. This is great. I wrote it and directed it. He started.
Dakota on, you know?
Talk
She
it-
said anything?
Yeah, I was gonna say Dakota actually said, "What's up,
Oh,
guys?
okay. I was just
But-
about to text her and be like, hey, heads up, we're on. Hi,
Yeah.
Dakota.
What's up, Dakota?"
Thanks for covering my hour and a half lunch because my fucking brother.
Yeah, I was gonna say
decided to show up
I
at
am
11.
sorry you had to go on a late lunch. That's my full apology.
It's his
I'm
fault.
Sorry. My bad. But no, so
Pricey.
but he was talking to me
Did you
about
say
it,
he's a pussy?
I said that's pricey.
and I was like,
That was close.
well,
More than
this
Conan
sounds
and
interesting and
Summer
this sounds cool, and blah blah blah. He's like, well, I mean, if you don't feel like watching this
First.
movie,
Was at the Game
I have
Preserve, but they
another
bought it
movie
for
that's
more.
based off of a comic book.
I should have bought it when I saw
And I
it.
was like, what do you mean, like? And he's like, well, I helped a little bit with this one, but I didn't write it or direct it. I just like helped with the production. And he's like, we have a movie that's based off a comic book. And I was like, oh, okay. What's the comic book? And he was like, oh, it's about a homicidal rabbit. And I was like, as in Rotten Tail?
What the fuck is that?
I bought a graphic novel at Gen Con 3 years ago. You read it.
I did?
You and I both read it. Or at least I lent it to you and you said you read it, and then you gave it back to me.
I thought that was.
But I bought a graphic novel. Apparently, they turned it into a movie about a homicidal killer bunny. I haven't had a
I
chance to
read
watch.
this. I do not. It made no impression.
I have not had a chance to watch the movie yet, as you can
You can
still
tell
tell.
it's
It's still sealed.
Ew.
But it's a grotesque is probably the best way to describe the book. So I'm assuming the movie's not far off from that. But I ended up buying Rotten Tail. I did not buy Velocipaster, but I believe Velocipaster is. I was gonna say it's either on Netflix or Amazon.
So real quick,
What?
to segue into video games to help bring Tyler in.
I actually do have a movie to talk about.
Ooh, hold the fuck on. Let him talk.
I watched Joker the other day.
Did you like it?
That is a great
I-
fucking movie.
At first, I was having trouble like staying invested in it,
Okay.
but it just kept getting better and better and better. And the
I
and
love that
the
moment.
last-
Everyone hates on
the
it at
last
work.
15 minutes of that movie were
Fantastic.
fucking tastic. I loved
Fantastic.
And,
everything
and the
about
way
it.
that film ends,
Fantastic.
literally. Like I was like, how are they gonna end this? Well, they're gonna
Yeah.
set out stuff, and then
Yeah.
it ended, and I was just like, there's
Oh.
no better way they could have done that.
Yeah,
That was hands down the best ending I could have possibly hoped for.
agree with you
with that
wholeheartedly.
film.
Agree.
Mild spoilers for the movie.
Okay,
Heads up, Dakota.
Hope.
I know. That's
Have-
like-
have you seen-
Oh, I was gonna say.
Never
do
mind.
You care?
I'm gonna eventually watch it.
Yeah, don't spoil it then.
Well, it's
Don't spoil it. Don't spoil it.
I'll tell you after. It has nothing to do with the actual movie. It's a scene that was deleted from the movie about the original way that he wanted to end it.
Yeah, then
I'll
don't.
tell you about it later. Yeah, I'm not. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I'll tell
okay.
you later. It was a funny ass ending, and I was like, they should have fucking done this.
See, here's my thing. I went into it I was
I went in. When I first
I
heard
went in
about
with-
it, I said this is gonna suck. Every trailer I saw after that, I was like, I cannot wait to the point where like. So actually, I don't know. I know you know this story, but I don't know if they've heard this. But we all, as a family, had planned to see it on Friday.
Mhm.
We had our tickets. Everything was good. I got home from work, and my dad was like, "So, your mom's at work. Nick can't make it tonight. You want to just go see Joker and just lie to everybody and tell them we haven't seen it yet?" Fuck yeah, I do.
So
I was like,
Dad
hold
and
on, my
Joe went
dad
on
wants to see
Thursday
it.
night.
But I was like, my dad wants to see a comic book movie. We're fucking going.
We're fucking going, man.
And then I literally got to the end of the movie and I was like, I said, I loved this film. I was so excited with it. And honestly, I'm not joking. The last time I was,
He was.
excited about a film that I enjoyed that much would have been Suspiria. And I was like, I fucking loved it. And I was immediately just like, I bet Dad hated this. And I just leaned over and I said, so? And he just went, wow. And I was like, oh, fuck, he hated it. And he just went, Joaquin Phoenix needs a fucking Oscar. And I was like, yeah.
The
He's
fact
like,
that- the fact-
yeah,
the
Dad
fact-
and I agreed on the movie.
The fact that he got the best lead actor,
Golden Globe.
the Screen Actors Guild,
I was going to say,
Oh,
he
yeah.
also
Screen
got
Actors.
his Screen Actors Guild. Yep.
Nice.
and the fact that he took his time for getting his award to like say nothing but good things about the other nominees, the
Yeah.
other competition. Like he was like, Leonardo DiCaprio, you're great in everything you do. He's like, I used to hate it when you would walk into the building because I knew at that point that I wasn't gonna fucking get the role. But you know what? Good on you. You're great. You used to be the boogeyman, but you're one of my best friends. And then he goes to like Christian Bale,
Christian Bale's the best one.
and he's like, you just sell it every time. He's like, you just get so into the character and you're so good at it. And I'd really appreciate it if just one time you just fucking sucked. Please. Just once. Have a shitty movie. Please.
so funny.
But yeah, that's a movie where I was.
So
They were like,
intense.
we're doing the Joker. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, well, at least Jared Leto's not on this one.
That was I was
And
just
then-
like, because they
We're
announced
like,
it like
Jared Leto us down. Am I right?
Yeah.
My thing is just the fact of like they announced the whole thing shortly after Suicide Squad,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Whoa, you guys already clearly don't understand your own character. Like, do not make a fucking solo movie."
Well, And then
I was like, "This
But they
is
did.
not needed."
and then I saw the director and I was like,
yeah.
oh, so we're doing a comedy
At some
with
point,
the
I
Joker?
can't just laugh at
Like
you.
we're doing a comedy? That's what we're doing? Okay, cool, whatever. And then I saw the trailer. I was like,
Anytime you say something, you're gonna get attacked
I
like
think
that.
that has to be because I've seen this director's other work and like it was one of those
Isn't
where
he the one that did War Dogs?
he did War Dogs.
That movie's fantastic. I know what else he did.
But I mean like my main things I go to is like
Every
is
time you name a movie,
Hangover.
hold on. Every time you name a movie, let's start at the beginning. I'm gonna name a example that will counteract what you're about to say. Go.
Hangover.
Hangover 2.
What?
You're saying a good movie is Hangover. I said bad movie, Hangover 2.
No, I'm saying I'm used to him making a stupid slapstick comedy about friends
Oh, I
going
thought
to
you were
Vegas
saying
getting shit
Quality.
No, I'm saying over the top like
He did
physical
War Dogs,
humor.
though.
War Dogs still had a lot of humor to it.
It did, but it's also a fucked up movie, too.
Right.
So like,
but I mean,
it showed,
like,
him
so
branching out.
going into Joker, I was like, I don't know how I'm feeling. about
Joker
this.
had some funny fucking
But-
scenes in it. I'm sorry.
I'll give you that.
I'm
but-
sorry, no spoilers, but the fucking what do you call those things? The chain lock on the door.
Oh God,
That is
yes.
the funniest fucking thing.
the scene with the chain lock on the door.
Oh,
with
yeah.
the bit, yeah.
That is one of the funniest fucking scenes.
But that scene is so funny because
Oh,
that
it's so
spot is
fucked up.
hilarious. But that scene
It's so fucked
is
up.
so fucked up and dark, like really dark. So like it's one of
turn the
those
light on.
that I don't
Fucking
like.
asshole.
That movie was just. I sat down and I was like, I'm hoping for the best, and I still like that movie still blew me away.
I'm so proud of you though for having seen it.
Me and Morgan watched it the other night. She made dinner and was like, "Hey, let's watch a movie." And I was like, "Oh, okay, fuck, might as well."
I do have a question for everybody. I want to get your opinions.
The answer is no.
What?
My answer is at least 7.
I was gonna
You've
say
already
his is
you've,
7.
you've already asked.
So far, both of you guys, your answers didn't work. So Nick,
Blue.
try something. Closest. No. So what do you define? How do you
Penis.
define? It involves being soft. How do you define a soft reboot?
A soft reboot.
Not a hard reboot. A soft reboot.
Ask Shannon. He's got experience in this.
How depends on how
So
pressurized the button presses.
like hold on. So a soft reboot.
A video game franchise that I am obsessed with, that you love dearly. I don't know if it's about you guys, but is getting a soft reboot.
Soft reboot, I would classify as a game franchise that's been dormant for a little while that is coming back. A hard reboot is a game franchise that's been dormant for a little while, being brought back by a different studio, a different.
So the new Modern Warfare is a soft reboot.
Yes.
I would consider the new Modern Warfare a
Yes.
soft reboot.
New
Yes.
Modern Warfare
So
is a
what
soft
would you
reboot.
consider? Okay, because that's what it's called. What they're doing is a soft reboot. What would you consider just a full-on we're starting over? Hard reboot?
That
Or is that
so
not a
so
reboot?
I would
They're
say that would be like so if
I have the example. Hard reboot would be the difference between Mass Effect Andromeda and the original trilogy.
Soft or hard? You said.
Hard reboot.
But I mean, that
Different-
the question
different
is,
studio-
Andromeda still takes place in. So when I'm asking, am I wrong?
no
in
well
my
no
understanding.
no
Because does Andromeda take place in the same universe as Mass
Same
Effect?
same universe, different galaxy.
Correct. Oh, yeah,
different
thank you. Yeah.
different studio made it entirely different storylines.
here's my thing though. So what I would say is so
This is what I'm asking you. Spider-Man got made as a movie with Tobey Maguire. Then
yes.
they made an Andrew Garfield movie. What was that?
I would
Because they
consider
were
that
starting over.
that is
We're
a
getting
hard
rid of
reboot.
this. Start over.
that's what I would say is a hard reboot because they're saying that Tobey Maguire stuff never happened.
Okay.
This is going to be the
So
new
soft
first.
reboot is, hey, we haven't done something in a very long time. We're coming back, but everything else still happened. It's still canon. We're not throwing out canon.
Correct.
Okay. 2 games are getting made.
Okay.
The soft reboot, and then a Until Dawn / Telltale style of a game
Okay.
to help come out, and it's coming out before to kind of
To
bridge
set
the
up this
story.
soft reboot?
Yes.
What's the game?
Silent Hill is getting 2 new games.
Huh. That's not even close. I don't know. I would
That's
not
not,
have guessed.
what I was expecting.
I didn't.
I'm-
That's not what I guessed. I would have not
okay.
guessed.
So someone
I'm
at
fine
Konami-
with this. I just.
Someone at Konami, and again, I need to be very
Black
clear.
Raven was the chef.
I need to be
Ron.
very
Okay.
clear. In my head, I had
Jack
this.
something. It was Captain Jack something.
Sparrow.
No.
This is the turtle.
No.
No.
Michael Bolton.
The big thing I need to stress though with this is what I was going to start off with, but I got excited and got into it. This is all rumor.
Jack Harkness.
This
No,
is somebody that claims that he has a friend that works for Konami that gave him this interview, saying that there's 2 new games coming out. With that also said, the original art designer for some of the early Silent Hill games has announced he is working on 2 new projects for Konami, but never said what they are. So it sounds like it's true. I want anything Silent
on
Hill
board.
anymore.
So
It has been 8 years since Downpour. I did not know that.
God.
I did not know that. It was not even a fucking Xbox One or PS4 title.
Oh, yeah.
So this entire generation, we went an entire generation without a Silent Hill game.
In their
Silent
defense,
Hill
we
is
were
near and
about
dear
to.
my heart. I know, and it's fucking Konami. I
Yeah.
don't blame anyone else in that fucking table. It is
100%.
all Konami. If we could have gone without having fucking stupid ass Postal Simulator, I mean Death Stranding, I mean the good game that is Death Stranding.
I was gonna say Postal Simulator. That's just Postal 2.
But no.
Which,
I
by the way,
wish
a
we
new
had had-
Postal dropped.
Yeah, I know. We talked about that the other day.
Came out of fucking nowhere. Anyway, sorry.
No, we didn't talk about that on the podcast.
We didn't talk
It was
about it
just
on the podcast.
in group chat.
Postal Dude needs to be in more movies. Anyway, or more games. I mean, honestly, as long even though Uwe Boll was connected to it, I still would watch the shit out of it.
Finding an old message. Corey's asking for the last name of the captain of the boat that we were on, and I have it saved in the group chat.
Carl.
god.
I just scrolled through the conversation when Corey was getting yelled at by Kaylee because he didn't know who 30 Seconds to Mars was.
I do have one other thing to bring to the table while everyone's looking around, and then I can just
You
shut
think
up
it
for the
after
rest of the night.
By the way, you completely rubbed off on me apparently.
Hey.
No,
We weren't supposed to talk about that on the podcast, Nick.
No,
That was between me and you.
when you open up my Spotify, there's a playlist uniquely yours, and it's on repeat. So it's the music that you listen to like on repeat.
Yeah.
These are my top 5 songs.
Thurnsbeg, Corey.
Jake Thurnsbeg.
There you go. Found it. You're welcome.
You ready for the top 5 songs on my on repeat playlist currently?
Is this legit actually?
This is legit. Like on my on repeat. The curated playlist from Spotify. We Own the Night by Dance Gavin Dance.
Mm-hmm.
Ballad of Hollis Brown by Doolin. That one's Adrian. Northwest Passage, Unleash the Archers.
Mm-hmm.
The Longing, Patty Gurdy. And Care, Dance Gavin Dance.
Really?
Yeah. That's the top 5 songs in my like on repeat stuff.
So my best of 2019 playlist that came out.
Oh, I
The
didn't
number-
even want to see this.
The number one song for my entire playlist.
Baby Shark.
The number one song that was played on my Spotify the entirety of 2019.
Mhm.
My Humps. because my Spotify is attached to our Echo Dot at home, and apparently when I'm not home, Morgan listens to that song fucking on repeat because my playlist came out and I was like,
Alexa, play My Humps for 10 hours.
and I was
straight.
like, what the? I was like, I've never listened to this song. Why is it at the top? And I showed Morgan, and I was like, I think Spotify's fucked up. And Morgan's like, about that.
No, literally,
So-
my playlist is like Dance Gavin Dance, Doolin, Unleash the Archers, Patty Gurdy, Dance Gavin Dance, Great Big Sea, Doolin, Neck Deep, Dance Gavin Dance, Periphery, Doolin, Longest Johns, Dance Gavin Dance, Dreadnoughts, Thursday, Doolin,
I
Dance
wish
Gavin
mine
Dance,
was as good as Nick.
In Flames, Doolin, Dance Gavin Dance, All That Remains, August Burns Red, Doolin, Dance Gavin Dance, Dreadnoughts, Real Mackenzies, Dance Gavin Dance, Doolin, Dance Gavin Dance, Locust. Like,
So-
like,
I wish mine was as good as yours. My number 2 most listened to song of the year was Hudson and Miku.
why am I shocked?
Number 3 was the Fairy Tale soundtrack.
Okay.
Number 4 was the Camp rap.
But you got to give Jeremy Dooley credit.
I know, 100%.
Yeah, that's
Number
a
5
good
was
song.
Midnight Crusade by Dance Gavin Dance. There's a shit ton of the Being Puppy Cat soundtrack.
What?
Bee and Puppy Cat.
I'll show you what that is in a second.
Yeah.
Captain Kid by Great Big Sea is on here.
Wait, which one?
Captain Kid.
Captain
My
Kid?
name is Captain Kid, as I sail. The theme song to BoJack Horseman.
Why am I surprised?
Nothing has really surprised me here.
Lilium, the theme from Elfen Lied.
Okay, I was like, why does that name sound familiar?
One Reason, the theme from Dead Man Wonderland. The theme from Adventure Time.
Do you just listen to themes?
I
Is
guess.
that all you do?
Apparently.
History Maker, the theme from Yuri on Ice. Baka
That
from
was
Amuse.
it. God damn it. Sorry, Dad and Tina. We were literally just at dinner at the Rathskeller, and Trent was talking about how he loves watching sport themed anime, and I was like, my brother's been trying to get me to watch something. It's
This is the thing.
in
I
like-
have purposefully made this show out to be worse than it is. Not purposely, but like I have.
no. I just
I think would actually, and I still want him to watch it. But
I'm
he
not
won't do
watching
it. I
that.
know you're not.
I'm not watching that.
Gonna
there's
argue,
just
but
something about a guy coming while ice skating that just like
He's not actually coming.
He's
just
not
going,
coming, he's just-
"Oh, I'm coming.
There's no wet spot. He's just finishing.
Yeah, it's
So-
like it's from
so-
it's from the neck up.
My top songs: Zod the Immortal by Beast in Black, Contortionist by Their Dogs Were Astronauts, The Kingdom of My Will by Lost Horizon, Randy Dandy O by the Dreadnoughts, and then 3 Slipknot songs: Orden Ogan, Dragon Force, Flogging Molly, Buried
Well-
Alive, Real Mackenzies, Dreadnoughts, Rammstein, Leprous, Vitalism,
Buried alive. Used.
Buried Alive. No. Buried, like the band is Buried Alive. BERRIED.
Okay, yeah.
Like-
I got it.
like Barry?
Yep.
Yeah, find it.
I was gonna say so that was my
I'm
on repeat
excited.
playlist. My top songs of 2019: Dreadnoughts,
crazy.
High Kings, Longest Johns, Avicii.
There's an
Avicii.
order.
I got some Avicii.
It's in order from like the top. That sounds really stupid, but like the top song is the one that's played the most.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's your top song?
Because your top 25 in order.
Mine's Bay of Savoy.
So I usually when I do my playlist, I just have like so many songs and I put on shuffle, just whatever plays the most.
So
So this him
Let's-
setting it up
let's-
saying, "Oh, I
let's-
totally did."
hold
do
on,
this.
hold on. I have some slight inside information, so I'm probably going to be closer to accurate. But what band do you
Dixie
think
Chicks.
you're going with? Dixie Chicks? What band do you think is in the number one slot?
I'm pretty sure in this number one slot, it's the Dixie Chicks.
I have no clue what type of music Shannon
He
listens to.
never talked. Sorry, I didn't mean to say, like he never
I-
talks about
I-
music.
I'm gonna play a
Rammstein.
cheat card. I'm gonna say Ronnie Radke's the lead singer. It's either gonna be
Oh, I actually did know that. Yeah,
Escape
Falling
the
in
Fade or it's
Reverse.
gonna be Falling in Reverse. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure it's gonna be Falling in Reverse.
You know what?
Yeah.
It's not.
Wow, it's Dixie Chicks.
It's
I
it's
fucking told
it's
you.
it's like I added.
Oh,
I
no,
listened to
it's gonna be
them
Rise Against.
No, actually,
What?
so
It's Dixie
Who is
Chicks.
it? Just say it.
it actually apparently because once again it's based off the number of plays, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually Taking Back Sunday.
Oh, what's on?
Wow. Keep without the Ika from the team.
Yeah,
So good.
Yeah,
but like
that's classic TBS.
But like, so like, I'll have so many songs, I'll just put it on shuffle. Sometimes I'll be like, I don't want to hear that, and I'll skip it. But I'm gonna have that. I have Blinks up there, Sum 41,
Blink made like number 25 for me. I don't understand how that happens.
Good
by the way.
Charlotte's up there.
Well, because it's single song, isn't it?
It could be.
Yes.
With that said,
Yeah.
when I listen to Blink, I throw on like, okay, here's 5 albums
Joe would be
at a time.
Joe would be excited for this.
Well, hold on. Let him continue.
Newfound Glory. There's Falling in Reverse.
God, you have like really
All That
similar music
Remains.
taste.
Chunk No Captain Chunk.
Oh, I love Trying to Captain Chunk.
That's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
They're so good though.
They're amazing.
Did you see who
live.
got back together and is touring right now? Ella Garden?
what
Yeah.
in the U.S.?
No, but they're currently touring in Japan.
In Japan.
We're in
How-
Japan.
how much is
We're in
the-
Japan.
How much is it? Tickets
At least
to
$7.
Japan?
At least 7.
No, like you don't. Ella Garden is one of my all-time
no,
favorite
like,
bands.
Ella Garden is
and
so
like
fantastic. And when they broke up,
I've never
saw
had
them.
an opportunity to see them because when they were touring in the U.S., I was still in high school, and my parents.
You were in
like,
high school?
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
When they
I'm
broke
fucking
up,
old.
I was in middle school.
That very well could
They
be.
broke up in 2005, or I think their last album came out in 2005.
Yeah, I was in high school in 2003.
I was in 7th grade. God, you're old.
No, scrolling through most played stuff though. Waving Through a Window is on here.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was on mine. I skipped it
Yeah.
because I was like, Nick's gonna call me a bitch.
Dear Evan Hansen, yeah.
I love Dear Evan Hansen so much.
I don't know who that is.
so
Crossing
fucking
Fields
much.
on here too, Lisa.
Really?
Yeah.
Let your inner weeb out.
Photograph, Ed Sheeran.
Interesting.
Did you know that? You probably
Andrew
do know
McMahon,
this,
The
but,
Wilderness.
Owl City has a cover of Waving Through a Window.
Mm-hmm.
So good.
Fallout Boy, Zed, Ed Sheeran, Alkaline Trio, Longest Johns, Elvin King, obviously.
I'm still waiting to tell Nick about a really exciting video game that got announced that he's going to be
Pogues.
excited about that I guarantee he hasn't heard of.
Great Big Sea, Gaelic Storm, Avicii.
Doubt
Well,
it.
if we don't get off music.
Anyway,
he'll stay
yeah,
on.
sorry. Oh, Amaranth.
Amaranth?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love Amaranth.
Not,
They're-
not surprised.
Evanescence, but
He's all about
better
he's
and
all about
heavier.
he's all about the ASMR and
No, they're like a
I would literally.
Okay.
Oh,
I was gonna say,
I
I
would
swear I
literally
know you
say
listen to
Within
that.
Temptation meets Evanescence.
I was
Yeah.
joking about the dumbass streamer chick.
yes, wrong one. I'd
Um,
rather watch her.
Video
No,
game, go.
Project Mara.
Project Mara.
Project Mara.
Okay.
It's a new horror game
Okay.
coming from the creators of one of your favorite video games of all time,
Mm-hmm.
Kung Fu Chaos.
Yeah, but that's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking.
Ninja Division.
Ninja Theory.
Ninja Theory. Excuse me.
Oh, so it is Kung Fu Chaos.
Yes,
That's weird.
they just announced it today. It's going to be coming out after Bleeding Edge.
New ways of storytelling through a grounded representation of mental terror.
Ooh.
So Hellblade as a horror game.
Yes.
The game will
Right.
feature mental illness
Which
as a
Hellblade is
it-
created
it
by Ninja Theory.
literally
correct? Yeah, yeah.
says the title will share at least 2 similarities with the 27 Studios 2017 breakout Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice.
Okay.
First, Ninja Theory says a small team is developing Project Mara. Second, the game will feature mental illness as a significant aspect of its design, with the studio planning to incorporate real lived experience accounts and in-depth research throughout the development process.
I just realized I misspoke. Also, sorry, it's not coming after Bleeding Edge. It's coming out after Hellblade 2.
Gotcha.
I forgot Hellblade 2 got announced.
Yeah.
I still need to play the first one. It's only like 8 hours long, isn't it?
I need to as well. I haven't.
Oh, I thought you played.
That was Corey.
Who else? Oh, that's right. I'm used to Corey being in that seat.
Hot seat.
The hot seat. No, I fucking need to play that game.
A lot of games I need to play.
I still haven't beaten
But I just keep
Fractured
playing the same
Bubble.
one.
So
You never beat Stick of Truth.
we need to get Joe Recluse
We do.
It's
in
12.
Destiny, and
Which
then
literally I think will only take 2-3 ones.
we need to get everyone together tonight after this.
Can we all do that?
I believe so. I don't know what the party limit is in Corridors of Time.
Oh shit! I didn't think about that. Is it 3? Is it 3 or 4 or 6?
I don't know. It doesn't say. It's either 3 or 6, but I would assume, considering it's a. I would assume, considering you can you load into it's because it's not a.
Just load in like a
No, like you
Okay,
load
right.
load into the sundial like you're going to talk to Osiris, not the actual like event, the sundial, but like
Yeah.
the area,
Yeah.
and you go up and then you just go into the area where Osiris is at and you just activate it. And the thing spins and spins and spins and spins, and then the door opens and you walk out. So I would assume we could do it with a party of up to 6.
Well, when you load in that, because 3 people are in a fire team, though.
We'll see. We'll figure it out. Worst case scenario, one person just runs along and we just call out. The paths are going to be the same because it's literally a massive. It's a massive.
Oh yeah,
forward-
no matter who you are, it's all the same. It changes every hour.
Because you have to follow the
So
path
whether
based
you're
off of the
in our
sign in front of
instance
the
or
door.
not,
As long as you're listening to
Yeah.
call outs and you're running through the same doors, you'll be able to follow us.
Okay. Well, we'll probably do 2 and 2, or we could have somebody. So, well, if you leave a fire team, does it?
Or we can just see if 4 people can do it.
That's fair.
And if
I
not,
know.
we'll
he's trying to like problem solve and be like actual.
Let's say
like,
Rick running 2, like if
figure
somebody
this out, and
joins,
you're just like,
that
oh,
person
shit,
joins
yeah,
that person, and then they leave the fire team, and then somebody joins that person, then there's 4 people.
I think the problem is when you go to leave the fire team though, it doesn't send you back to orbit.
I don't know. That's what I was wondering.
we'll have to see. We'll have to see. We'll figure it out. But it's.
God, I just hope I'm gonna be able to stay awake.
I'm excited to run through it. It's going to be a little
How long
monotonous.
is
It's
it?
going to be a little monotonous. I was able to. So there's 21 paths you have to run. 19 of those paths are 7 rooms long. I was able to complete one path in about 2.5 minutes.
I was so afraid you were about to say hours. I was like, holy fuck, we're not doing this.
Strap in, boys.
No.
You just went like I was able to do it in like 2.5 minutes.
Yeah.
It was like, oh.
So those are the 7-step long ones. There's the 20th one, which gets you the emblem, which is 12 steps. And then the final one that gets you to the vault that gives you the quest item for Bastion is 30 steps.
So this is my question. So you have
No, Bastion.
every time.
He's got a little bird that sits on the edge.
Every time you
Bleeding
complete,
edge.
Okay, because now I'm just getting confused for a second.
when you run through the route and you get to the vault,
Yes.
you get your lore item.
Okay.
You will keep walking forward and it teleports you back to the start.
Okay.
There's a little pillar that appears.
Okay.
You activate the pillar and it resets the
eternity.
corridors and you start over and you run the next path.
So you do it 21 times.
Yes.
Okay, you get an emblem.
You do it 19 times and you get a lore piece every time you complete it.
Okay.
You run it the 20th time and you run a 12-step path as opposed to a 7-step
Yeah.
path and you get an emblem.
Okay.
Then you run it a 21st time.
That's what I was trying to figure out. I didn't know if you were saying you finished the 20th time and then now you reset. Now you have to do it 30 times.
No. Then you
Okay.
run a
Oh my
30-step path and you get Bastion.
Okay.
Or the quest for Bastion.
Oh, what's a 30-step path?
So 30 rooms.
30 rooms.
Oh, each
Close.
step is a room.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I was missing. That's the
Yes.
other part I was missing.
So
okay.
let me see if I can.
Okay.
I'll show you what I'm talking about.
By the way, while everyone's quiet, Nick, I watched a good movie today.
Like, see, each of these is a path. So
Oh,
you have to go
gotcha.
through the door marked plus sign, then
Yeah,
the door
yeah,
marked snake, then the door marked clover, then the door marked interlocking hexagons. You have to go through each of those doors. And when you run through the 7th one, when you would run into another room that would have a bunch of doors, you actually run into a time lost vault. And that's where you'll walk over a big old glass floor that looks like
So we're playing
underneath
22
that,
rounds of Munchkin.
pretty much.
That was kind of cool. Go back.
Yeah.
That's fucking cool.
It is really cool.
That's
That's what
Cyrus searches for years through corridors of time and finds nothing. Guardian finds everything day 5. Basically.
but like so the community was
Eyes up,
was
Guardian.
creating the map as they went through
Yeah.
and found it, and this is the final map. That's how this is.
Insane.
That's what you have to follow to get to the
Bastion.
final vault for Bastion.
Now, does he have a bird with him?
No.
Or like,
I will say, so I looked into it.
Bird.
So Bastion's actually a pretty cool weapon, but apparently I've heard it doesn't do as much damage as everybody was
people
saying.
were
so I
very
don't know.
disappointed apparently. Like,
So
when they
here-
actually
okay,
got it.
Everyone is disappointed because they're like,
They were wanting another game-breaking gun.
they were expecting another Whisper or another Outbreak Perfected. They weren't expecting it to be Bastion, which was already slated on the roadmap that everyone knew was already coming. But I saw a really good analogy earlier, and it wasn't. I wish it was posted by Bungie, but it wasn't. But it was like when you were a kid and you completed a puzzle, like when you completed a jigsaw puzzle, did you get a present from your parents?
Yes,
You're a special case then.
literally.
So if you completed a puzzle,
If I wasn't eating drywall, they give me a candy.
if you completed a puzzle, where was the sense of satisfaction? The sense of satisfaction
Completing the puzzle.
was completing the puzzle. And everyone in the community is raging like, "Oh my god, I can't believe, we solved all this and all we're getting is a gun that we already knew about." And Bungie's like, "Okay, well, you're getting it a week early." And number 2, sometimes it's about the journey, not about the destination.
Right.
That's
And-
a cop out.
And you guys are having a lot of fun
But
doing
I
this.
wholeheartedly, I don't believe it's a cop out at all. I believe that they put in one of the most in-depth puzzles that was ever put inside of a video game. And the fact that the community came together, I was telling Nick this the other day, one of the biggest streamers in Destiny, Glad, typically streams to about 1.6, 1.8 thousand people on like his typical streams. The entire 4 or 5 days that he was doing these puzzles, where he was on 48 and 62-hour streams, 72-hour streams, he was streaming to like 18, 19, 20,000 people. Like people were watching it. The community was invested in this. They were sourcing codes for these like pathways. They were sourcing it from the community. They were having people post in Twitch chat, what paths have you run that yielded a time lost vault? And they were piecing it together to create this massive map to try and solve this puzzle.
That's
And then
pretty
they
fucking work.
And then they solved it, and everyone's freaking out like, "Oh my god, all we got was Bastion." But I mean, I think it's really cool that the community came together to solve the
I do
puzzle,
think it's cool.
because the fact that Bungie came out this yesterday and was like, "Hey guys, by the way, Corridors closes in a week and it won't ever open again." And it's one of those things like if the community hadn't solved it,
Like
we wouldn't have gotten the reward.
Right.
Or they would have just given it to us in a week, and
But
here you still got it.
Yeah.
it's that for me,
No,
it's the
I
it's
see
the
exactly what you're saying. I'm not disagreeing. I see both sides. I can see where people are coming from. Where it's, hey, we put in all this fucking work. You got 20,000 people.
Corey
together
says
trying to go
negative
through, like-
lies. It is most definitely not the most intricate puzzle in a game.
Corey, I need you here to help shit all over Tyler's life.
that's fine.
I'm just fucking with you. No, but my thing is, I do see where people.
Then
are
what's
like,
the
"Look,
most
you know, we did
complicated puzzle in a game, Corey?
Arena.
Enlighten me.
Arena.
The first level in Portal.
Phantom Program in Battlefield 4.
I do not remember that.
Oh, that was the multiplayer puzzle. Isn't that the one
Oh.
to unlock the Megalodon
The-
and all that stuff?
Yeah, with the bow.
But my thing is, when they come through and they say, guys, listen, this is what we're giving you this month, okay? Or is it month, season, 3 months?
Yeah,
This season, what we're giving you, okay? We're gonna give you this gun. We're gonna give you this here and this here and this here. This is what you're getting this month. And everyone goes, "Oh wow, that's really badass! Like, this looks really cool." And then unrelated to that, they just say, "Oh, here's this little secret thing we just put in. You guys should go figure out this puzzle." And everyone's like, "Oh wow, look at this fucking puzzle!" And they all do it. And you get to the end, it's like, "Oh my god, what is this?" And then it's like, "Oh yeah, guys, cool, you did it. Okay, remember that reward I was giving you? Well, here it is." I think everyone's just kind of like, "Oh, like we thought this was unrelated. Like this is a huge, like 20,000 people came together." Which again, the other
Yeah.
point of this is this may have been something that Bungie was much bigger than Bungie was expecting.
Mhm.
Where in their heads they were like, "Oh, everyone's gonna love it. It's gonna be really cool." And then it was, "Oh,
It's
we
gonna
didn't
take
know
'em-
there's
it's
gonna be
take 'em
40,000.
It's gonna take them
people,
2 weeks
like,
to get it.
yeah, we didn't know it was gonna be that big. So maybe that was their thing. Is, oh shit, we didn't realize it was gonna be as big as it was. But I see where it's coming from, because like last month when it was, or no, it was still the beginning of this season when they were like, "Oh hey, you're getting Symmetry." I logged into the game and they're like, "Hey, here's Symmetry." Everyone probably thought that's what they were going to do with Bastion, and then, "Oh, we're going to do this really cool puzzle," and then it was just, "Oh yeah, here."
I can see
But
that.
I do see what you're saying too, though, where the puzzle itself is a reward of just the fact of, we literally got 20,000, 40,000 people together to go through and solve this puzzle, and that's pretty badass. That is really cool. Destiny, I will say, does seem to have a very good community versus a lot of games where a lot of people are just like, "Yeah, fuck all of you people."
You mean the 5-step phase to eventually unlock a door to unlock a cage and multiple maps to unlock the ability to get the bow? Definitely no big deal. The whole program slowly being released over every single expansion within Battlefield 4. Lol. That if you don't complete every step of the program, you couldn't finalize the ending where you had to actually use real life resources and code breaking to figure it out.
I do actually remember something about that, where there was like a real life aspect to it.
I mean, that's
I
just
remember
like
something about
what
that.
was that? I Heart Bees.
Yeah.
It's a similar to what Overwatch did with Sombra, and
Kinda.
all the ARG you had to do for Sombra.
So, I Heart Bees was a website that was created by
Fuck, I'm already
Bungie.
tired.
That Bungie didn't come out and say anything about. They just
20 minutes left in the podcast.
like they were just sitting there talking one day, like people just, somebody was looking up something and they were like, "Wait a minute, Bungie just bought a new domain, iheartbees.com," and then they went to iHeartBees, and then like there was a small puzzle in that then linked to a different website that linked to a whole bunch of stuff, and like cryptographers were going through and trying to solve the puzzles that Bungie was putting into this website, and then it turned out the whole thing was a very, very, very intricate advertising announcement for Halo 3. But that was years ago. But I don't know, the whole ARG thing for games is for like a means of like advertising or that kind of stuff is just amazing.
Corey, in response to the question you asked earlier that I didn't see you ask, printer is currently going at 0.4 millimeters, but the nozzles arrive tomorrow and it'll be down to 0.2 millimeters. To answer your question.
Yeah. 20 minutes. What do we want to talk about? What else has everybody else been doing?
I have literally watched like 5 or 6 movies this week. That's all I've done.
I was gonna say I've literally just been watching Critical Role, playing Elder Scrolls Online while watching Critical Role.
Oh, I did play some Elder Scrolls Online today. Not much, but I did get back on it.
my heart when you told me that there wouldn't be a Gen Con.
I'm sorry. I broke my
You're gonna
own
be in
fucking
Chicago
heart.
next month.
Adrian literally was like, "So does that mean you can slow down now?" I was like, "No, I'm just getting started."
I really want my fucking headphones to or let me rephrase this. My tax check to fucking come in so I can get my fucking headphones so I can fucking listen to Critical Role at work. Because I literally can't listen to Critical Role right now, and I'm mad.
Try opening your ears. What have I done this week? Played Destiny, but I think I mentioned, Nick, I've watched Witcher.
All of it?
In
Yes.
one sitting.
In one
It's
sitting.
so good.
In one sitting.
It's so good.
It's like 9 hours.
It was much better than I anticipated, for sure. I will say something I want to look into because I'm not sure. So correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't know if I talked to him. No, you'll know the answer to this.
Okay.
Maybe. So Mandalorian, right? I haven't watched it, but what I've heard is like different episodes had different like directors or producers.
That's how most shows work.
Okay, I guess I don't
Yeah.
watch shows, so I don't
Yeah,
know.
no, yeah.
So
So like Game of Thrones, if you actually go through and were to watch Game of Thrones, at the end of every episode, it's
I played
it-
Raid
it- I can't
for
say
a while.
different director, but normally what
It's
they'll
pretty
do
fun.
is they have a team of like 4 or 5 directors, and they swap out because the thing of it is that one director can't be there for every single day. Just like actors aren't there every single day. Like if they go through,
well, I
and,
mean,
like,
film certain scenes or whatever.
Right.
Correct. But
So you-
because
so you
of that,
have,
you
like-
have okay, you're here to do your episode, so you film these scenes. While you're working on that, there's another director who's already moved on to okay, we're not quite ready to shoot, but we're doing this, so we need to go through and have and then you have people lined up for everyone's in different stages, so you just cycle through everything until you're finished.
Okay. Well, I don't know. Once again, I'm not really versed with all that stuff, but
and I didn't mean that in a condescending
no.
way, so-
I'm just saying. I don't know. Maybe you can explain this better to me, but I almost feel like it started really good, and then it was kind of like it was like okay, it's still good, and then there was like an episode and a half that was kind of like
That
I
can
was
happen,
I was
especially depending on the director. where it's
definitely
and then
I feel like the dialogue they were like, hey, we want you to talk about this, go, and like words and things, yeah.
words
Like I don't know, I
and
feel like they
things.
just like they didn't. I don't know. They just feel like the dialogue was rushed, like, or they just didn't put a lot of thought into it. Like it still worked. It didn't like break it or make it seem bad. But I don't know. There was this. Well, I don't want to say anything about it specifically, but I just feel like it just felt like there was a couple of things that was just like that was kind of weird.
I'm gonna break your brain even further.
Okay.
Not only do multiple episodes have multiple writers or directors, they have multiple writers.
Yeah.
So
don't know,
like
I just-
Mandalorian, if you go and watch it again, going through it, like Jon Favreau created the show. It was Jon Favreau's show. So the first episode it says written by Jon Favreau, directed by Jon Favreau. Everything after that,
was
is-
written by Jon Favreau, but directed by different
no. You go through some of those episodes and it was like
swear.
written by like
Oh.
Susie somebody.
I'm
It's
sorry?
like
people.
For what?
Mandalorian.
Mandalorian. He was listed as consulting on a lot of episodes, but yeah, you could watch an episode and it would be like, this one was written by this person.
I was comparing how Witcher was like overall it was really good, but I felt like there was like an episode or an episode and a half that was kind of
Like
different.
the dragon episode.
Yeah. Okay.
I still kind of enjoyed that.
Not that I didn't enjoy it.
Exactly. It felt
Different.
weird.
Yeah.
I felt like I was watching a different show for about
Agreed.
an hour.
Agreed.
Way too rushed. I wish they would have just added an episode or something. I don't know. It felt.
I feel
strange.
like Netflix was being very conservative with the show because they didn't know whether it was going to be a success or not.
Yeah.
And I think now that they've seen how much of a resounding success it is, that next season we'll probably get 10 episodes that are much more fleshed out and much more of what we're expecting.
And that new movie, I am 800,000% down for. Studio.
Ghibli.
No.
I knew you were gonna say that
Studio.
because I was gonna say it if you didn't.
Fuck, what studio is doing it? Where's the group chat? There's the group chat. Follow through.
What the fuck is wrong with my phone?
Studio.
I'm getting really fucking mad.
Studio
Oh,
Mer.
that's my problem. That one fucking thing I did today. God damn it. I reset my network settings, and because
Okay,
of
yeah.
that, it doesn't fucking have any of my fucking passwords.
So yeah,
Or
me and
shit.
Corey just came to the same conclusion. So Jon Favreau wrote every episode except for 5 and 6. So
Okay.
he didn't write the Gunslinger or the one after.
Oh,
Yeah.
I haven't watched Mandalorian.
So that's my point.
Oh, okay.
So
I
two
just
episodes he
I've
didn't write.
heard it. I just was
Right.
trying to use something to.
That's what I'm saying is like
Align
there's
it.
shit like that where it's just like
Right.
people
but,
consult
but
but
right. But the other
you're
thing
not
about it is
because they're not physically there. I mean that is a lot of work for one person to do to write a whole show.
right. Which that's also
what the fuck
why
is your password now?
it's the same thing as it's always been.
It ain't taking it.
Well, they're not gonna.
That's what she said.
No capitals, no exclamations.
Oh, apparently I just can't fucking type.
Okay. But no. Anyway.
Okay.
Oh, I know what it is.
But I mean, even like if you go back
But-
and watch like Firefly,
Right.
But I was
Every
saying-
episode was written by somebody else. Every episode.
yeah,
was
because I
written
was
by
gonna say
somebody else.
it was either Joss Whedon or Tim Minier.
right.
Like they both were like alternating because it
Right.
was hey, and especially when it's like look at anything like South Park.
Mhm.
It's a room full of 7 people that write an episode. And like Trey
Right.
Wright is the one that sits down and types it,
Right.
but it's oh hey, because when you're trying to write a show like that, one person doesn't have every idea.
Right.
You need other people to say, well,
But
why don't
that's
we try
also why
this?
you have like showrunners. So like with Game of Thrones, yes, you had a different writer and a different director every single episode, pretty much. But then you have like the showrunners, which are the two guys who
fucked up the
created
whole
the
show and
series
didn't give a shit about the
100%
last season.
for the last
but-
season. But everything up to that point, they watched through and made sure that like, okay, we have a direction this show is going. So they went through and made sure, okay, you have to follow this direction. You need these plot points in your episode, and so on and so forth. And then somebody else would actually do the physical writing. So
Okay. Yeah, I did that, and then I'm gonna try to start playing my backlog. So I played like 3 or 4 missions of Devil May Cry 5, and boy, is that a great game.
I've heard that, but
I know. I'm
not
like
touched it.
almost a year late on that, and I'm a big Devil May Cry fan because I'm a big Capcom fan, but just whatever reason, just didn't play it. Had it installed.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's been most of my week, other than Destiny.
I almost reactivated my World of Warcraft subscription today.
That's gross.
Whoa.
Yeah, and then I didn't.
So say, do we need to start giving you a coin for every 30 days that
Nope.
you go without?
Nope. I have 3 of them right now.
WoW?
It's been no, I'd actually have 4.
It's been 4 months since he's subscribed to World of Warcraft.
First time in 6 or 7 years that I haven't been subscribed to the game. No, I honestly have not been playing games just because of work. With the
I
past
hear you.
with the past week and a half, 2 weeks that we've had at work, I honestly I haven't had time. My
Dude,
time has been
Jam Fest
between
is just
starting
exhausting.
starting Thursday morning until yesterday. In the span of 5 days, I worked 62 hours. So, yeah, I just haven't had time. I mean, if it tells you anything, I went to bed last night after playing with Shannon. I went to bed at 1 a.m. I woke up. Like
After playing with
I
Shannon.
woke up today at 4 p.m. No
That
alarms,
must have
no
been
nothing.
nice.
I just slept. Morgan woke me up because she's like, "You need to get out of bed and take me to work." I woke up at one point because you guys had texted in the group chat about the podcast. I woke up, rolled over, saw the messages, was like, "Yeah, food sounds great. Podcast tonight, sure." Back to sleep. For the guys, Devil May Cry is an amazing game series. I'm looking to get Devil May Cry 3, Dante's Peak, or Awakening. I forget which.
Devil May Cry 3, I think it's Dante.
I think it's
Dante 3, yeah,
Dante's Peak.
Dante's Awakening.
Dante's
Awakening is
Yeah.
All I know is
Dante's
it's coming
Peak
out on
is a
Switch,
movie.
so that's exciting.
Wait, what?
Devil May Cry 3 is coming out on Switch.
Oh yeah.
We all knew it was coming, but because they had 1 and 2, 3's coming, and then 4's
Two.
supposed to be coming. Really?
We all need to. We need to play a
What
game
is
of
that?
Stellaris.
So I can't tell what that means. Shitty game or it doesn't run on Switch?
Devil May Cry 3,
Both?
Dante's Awakening. You say that. I don't really enjoy 4X games personally.
What's 4X?
Stellaris, Europa Universalis.
But what does 4X mean?
Explore, exterminate.
None of those words start with X.
I don't know.
It's better than saying 4 words that start with E.
4E.
Explore,
It's
expand,
EX.
exploit, exterminate.
X.
Oh, okay. I'll give him that
4EX.
then. Okay.
This.
I'll give you that
This
then.
is 4X. But,
Explore, expand, exploit, exterminate.
yes. Do you
You're not
remember?
supposed to be exploiting people. That's just wrong.
Do you remember Masters of Orion?
That's
I
literally
physically
what it,
remember
that's
that's a
literally
thing.
what it is.
Huh?
That's what
I
it was.
remember that
That's
that's a
what it
thing.
was coined for.
Yeah. Right.
Was
Right.
Master of Orion.
So, Master of Orion.
remember that's a
3,
thing.
I bought the game at Office Depot.
You bought a lot of games
I-
at Office Depot for some
specifically-
fucking reason.
Because they were hella cheap because nobody went to Office Depot to buy games. So they would get games and then nobody would buy them. So they'd mark them down and then I'd go into there and then buy stuff out of their clearance.
You know what
bin
happens
for
when nobody
a
buys
good
games at
price.
my
Like
store?
this.
You keep them the exact same fucking price.
Yeah. Fucking stupid. Yeah.
Like it's one where you control
Yeah.
everything about the
yeah.
galaxy and you can control the government on this planet and how they trade with this planet.
I should have
and-
been clear. I do know what they are. I just didn't realize what 4X stood for. I should have rephrased my question. But yeah, as soon as you guys were like Stellaris, Civilization, like, you know, I was like, oh, I got
But with that being said,
Nick really wants to play a game of Twilight Imperium.
well, I do want to play a game of Twilight Imperium, 100,000%. But it's a 4X game. as a board game. So it's a little different. But no, I will say we definitely need to get a game of Divinity going.
Down.
You need to get Divinity.
I do.
We get
Corey was so like sad the other day. He said, "Oh, that's why I texted you."
Yeah.
So he was like,
Right, yeah.
"Hey, somebody get on with me," and I was like, "I just got home," and he was like, "Get on your computer." So I got on, and he was like, "Get on Discord." So I got on Discord, and he was like, "Hey, do you own Divinity?" And I was like, "No," and he was like, "Fuck. What do you own?" We were going through, and he got on my thing and was like looking through my list, and was like, "So basically, the only multiplayer game you own is PUBG. Copy. Guess we're playing PUBG."
That's why you were on PUBG. I literally got into Steam and it said that you were playing PUBG, and I was like,
What the fuck's
I think
Joe
Joe's
doing?
account got hacked. like I saw you on PUBG. I was like,
Oh God, none of you guys were there. It was just me, Corey, and Kaylee.
my first
Oh my
thought
God.
was,
And then I joined in right as you left to go to go eat dinner.
But you missed the best part of it. Sorry.
Well,
I'll tell you.
I was just saying, when I saw like you have one friend playing PUBG, my first thought was, oh, Shane is playing PUBG again. And then I was like, wait, that's definitely not White Knight. Wait, why is Joe playing PUBG? Like,
I'm surprised that who else on your friend? Like, it should have shown Corey and Kaylee also.
well, no, I was just saying that as an example. Like, I was just saying
you
that
said
as
one
an-
friend. I was
no.
like, we
Yeah.
should have been showing them too. But no,
But no,
So-
anyway, sorry.
playing the game. We did about 6 rounds. I fucking didn't get a single kill at any point in those 6 rounds.
There you go.
At one point, Corey and Kaylee were down. They were spectating, and they were like, dude, guy's coming around the corner. Like, he's fucking low on health. Corey was like, I fucking almost had him. Take him out. Like, you got this. And I was like, I got this. Big boy stepping up to the plate. I'm like, and Corey's like, dude, what the fuck? I'm like, I downed him. 2 guys are running at me. And Corey's like, there's more guys. And I was like, I'm going to kill this motherfucker. I'm going to kill this motherfucker. Oh, I'm down. I lost. And then they revived him and they ran off. And I was like, I still didn't get a kill.
You're using a controller, weren't you?
No, that was with a mouse.
I like how
I was
that's
like,
Do you
immediately
have
where we go.
Parkinson's? We're using the AK. That's also an acceptable answer.
AKM.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I was.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if it was an AK. I don't know gun type.
Was it? What color was it?
I don't know.
Was it brown wood?
It was gun colored.
It was gun colored.
This is why you're bad.
And that's the end of the podcast.
There was a disc this big on the top.
Oh, the DP.
And I was
DP.
holding it, and it was just.
Oh, dude, the DP's pretty good. You just gotta get.
Joe really likes that
Awesome,
DP.
I was gonna say Joe loves the DP. I don't understand the problem
You
here.
gotta be. Yeah, it's good for big groups.
Joe likes the DP.
Just like DP.
That it is. That it is.
I mean, you got more holes to fill, shoes to fill. Sorry. No.
Me and Shannon were talking about playing Apex earlier.
I would fucking be down. I loved that game. That was a game.
It is a really
I
good
still
game.
my best story on
It
that.
is a game. You are correct.
I said it's a great game. I did not just say that's a game.
You said it's a great game. That's a game I'd like to play.
Oh. No, my thing on that game, I had a great story where I went through and I was playing with my current manager and my previous manager. It used to be my manager. Anyway, we were all playing and we were going and we were all held up in a room and 2 guys came through the door. I fucking took them both out because I'm actually not half bad at that game. So I fucking took 2 guys
With
out
a
and they
controller
both
or a
went
keyboard
down.
and mouse?
Keyboard and mouse.
Okay.
The only game that I use a controller on that is a
Destiny.
Is the one that we actually need him to not
Play a mouse and
use
keyboard.
it.
That's why I don't have recluse.
I really wish I could.
Shannon's like, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
No, but 2 guys went down.
She was like, give me your login info.
Got them both. And I was like, I'm fucking fantastic at this fucking game. Nothing's going to stop me. I run up, and my manager was like, hey, by the way, don't loot those bodies. There's another team coming. And I was like, dude, look at this gun this guy had. And then just dead. He was like, oh, Joe's dead. And they just ran off without me.
Do you have it installed still?
I think so.
Do you have
I was
it?
gonna say, why would he have uninstalled it? That was like his game.
You need to update it. You're gonna need to. You're gonna
Oh,
need
no,
to
I need-
update
I
it.
need-
don't have it installed. I can
Well, you should
install
you should install it
I
tonight
had
while we
factory-
play Destiny.
No, so I factory reset my computer. So I
I'm
lost
gonna do
everything
that.
on
I'm
it.
gonna do that soon. Probably when I move, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna wipe it
I
and
just
use-
fucking never. This is a what do they call it? Like a warning story to people. Never fucking sign up for Windows Insider. It's horrible. So I was on Windows Insider, so I was only getting preview builds, and they were very unstable. And every time I tried to like load a game, it wouldn't work. And then I'd submit a ticket, and people were like, "Yeah, you're on a preview build. Like, can't do anything about that. Like, this game is not currently designed to run on that build. Like, wait a couple months, and then or a couple weeks, and we'll have a patch for it. But by that point, I've already moved on to the next build. So I was like, I'm getting off of this shit. But when you uninstall it and you no longer on a preview build, it leaves you on the last preview build, so you can no longer go to the next preview build. So my thought was, okay, they're here. I'm now here in my own little world. Eventually, people will catch up to me. No, I'm on a fucking preview build, so I'm on a whole other road up here just sitting around while everyone else is running ahead. And I'm just like sitting there going, what the fuck do I do? So I fucking flash my computer, and then now I get updates again.
That's why for Microsoft, I've never signed up for the beta program.
I am on the beta program for the Xbox.
Xbox, I did too, but that's different because
I've
Xbox,
got
there's
far in that. I'm almost an alpha.
Speaking about Xbox, I had a weird issue. Speaking of preview builds with Minecraft, where I was in.
Did you ever turn
beta
the
for
server back on?
Minecraft. I'm getting to that. I was doing preview build for Minecraft, and with the preview build,
Define old school PlayStation games, Dakota. Like PlayStation 1. Oh, siphon filter.
Yeah. Anyway, but no. So we were playing. What am I trying to say? Minecraft.
Minecraft.
Nobody could load into my worlds, and I couldn't load into other people's worlds because I was in a.
That's
beta.
a game Nick and I loved.
Yes. Because we were in or I was in beta.
Spyro.
They were
You gotta
not,
put
so we
Spyro.
can't do either.
Chinese finger trap.
So like we couldn't
All of
connect to each other, so I had to specifically leave the Minecraft betas.
Really?
Ratchet and Clank was PS2,
That
right?
sucked, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
But oh wait, yeah, PS2. Anyway,
Yeah, the first Ratchet
but no.
Clank was a launch
So
title.
with that being said,
It was early on in PS2.
I did renew the server.
Good.
So our Minecraft server is back up. Everybody can come hang out in the friendly neighborhood.
Cool.
But I'm
And they increased server sizes now.
Mhm.
First of all, I also did so they bumped the subscriptions up. It's no longer $5 a month. It went from $4.99 to $7.99 a month. But I mean it's whatever. But
Can you access it from
I went
anything?
ahead- but you anything that runs Minecraft can access the server.
How do I get it? Do I have to have your account?
No, I've already sent you an invite to that one.
Oh, have you?
So like when you log in,
I might be on.
when you log into Minecraft, it should pop up. Let me.
I'll tell you in a second.
gotta
'Cause I'm just gonna
used to
sign
get
into
the
Minecraft.
wood. Well, but no, the way it works, is the server is on at all times, and then people can sign in.
Yeah.
Well, it used to be,
Oh, shit.
you could
No,
get
I'm
like,
Minecraft on this
I think it
phone.
was like 6 people at a time. Now it's 10.
Hmm.
But you can have unlimited number of people have access to it, and then
Just 10 at a time.
just only 10 people can be signed in at a time. But yeah, and then yeah, it's pretty cool. I like it. Sign in for free. Sorry, signing in with my Microsoft account.
Remind me to ask you something into this.
Yeah.
I almost bought it for my phone, but I'm never gonna.
Hey,
put it
Shannon.
on my phone.
Don't forget to ask him something at the end of this.
Oh, thanks.
Hey, Joe, don't forget to do that thing on the computer.
Oh yeah, Nick.
Where-
don't
Do we
forget
want
that.
to? It's 11 o'clock. Do we want to go ahead and wrap this up?
Sure, let's do it.
That's the podcast. That's Nick.
I mean, yeah.
No, you gotta say your name.
No, you're supposed to. That's Nick.
Oh, Joe. I don't know.
That's Nick. So you would be.
Oh, I get it. Let's do it again.
That's Nick.
That's Tyler.
That's Joe.
And that's Shannon.
He seems so unconfident about it. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
I'll see you next time.
Yeah, he has no
Yeah,
idea.
more
who Shannon
time.
is.
You
He's
seem.
like, I think.